Have you ever had the feeling that someone might be drawn to you, but you just couldn't quite put your finger on it? Maybe it was the way she looked at you, the way she lingered a little longer in a conversation, or how she remembered that small detail you mentioned once and never brought up again. Here's the truth. When a woman is attracted to someone, she doesn't always say it outright. In fact, more often than not, she communicates it through subtle, almost invisible cues, tiny behaviors, glances, or gestures that most people completely miss. But once you learn to read these signs, your perspective on social connection changes forever. Psychologists have studied this. Attraction isn't just about what we say, it's about what we show. From the way she holds your gaze to how she engages in deeper conversation, these nonverbal signals often speak louder than words ever could. In today's video, we're going to unpack 9 powerful signs that a woman may be secretly attracted to you. Some of them are surprisingly easy to overlook, but once you know what to watch for, you'll start seeing them everywhere. So if you've ever wondered, is she just being nice, or is there something more? This video is for you. Let's dive in and start decoding the unspoken language of attraction. The lingering glance. You've felt it before, maybe across the room, mid-conversation, or in a shared moment of silence. That look that lasts just a second too long. It's not just casual eye contact. It lingers, it's focused, and it speaks volumes. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. When a woman maintains eye contact with you, especially if she holds your gaze even after the words stop, it's often a subconscious signal that she's drawn to you. She may not even realize she's doing it, but her body does. Her attention narrows. Her pupils might even dilate. And in that brief pause, she's silently asking, "Are you feeling this too?" Psychologists have found that prolonged eye contact can create a sense of closeness, even intimacy, between two people. It activates parts of the brain linked to connection and trust. So if you catch her looking, and she doesn't look away immediately, take note. Is there a soft smile, a tilt of the head, a flicker of curiosity in her eyes? These tiny details are all part of the message. The lingering glance is more than a look. It's an invitation to notice her, to respond, maybe even to connect. So the next time you lock eyes and feel something spark, don't brush it off. In that silent moment, you may be witnessing the very beginning of something deeper, the delicate touch. Have you ever noticed how some touches feel different? Not dramatic or obvious, but soft, fleeting, almost accidental. Maybe she gently brushed your arm while laughing at a joke, or tapped your shoulder to get your attention when she could have just called your name. Those moments aren't random. They're often deeply intentional. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she may express it through light, casual touches. It's her body's way of closing the distance, testing the waters, establishing a tiny spark of physical connection without saying a word. Psychologists say that even brief, non-sexual touches can trigger a release of oxytocin, the hormone that promotes bonding and trust. That gentle nudge, it's not just contact, it's chemistry. And here's what's fascinating. This kind of touch often bypasses conscious thought. She's not plotting it, she's feeling it. It comes from comfort, curiosity, and closeness. It says, "I feel safe with you," even if the words never come out. So pay attention to the way she interacts. Does she touch your arm during conversation? Fix a loose thread on your shirt? Lean in just slightly when you speak? These tiny moments are rich with meaning. And when you notice them, when you respond with warmth and awareness, you open the door for something deeper to grow. Because in the language of attraction, touch isn't just contact, it's connection. Silent admiration. Sometimes, attraction doesn't show up in obvious compliments. It hides in the quiet way someone looks at you when they think you're not paying attention, or in how they talk about you to others, with a tone that says more than words ever could. When a woman is secretly interested in you, she might not say it outright, but listen closely. Watch how she responds when you share your ideas or talk about something you're passionate about. Does her face light up? Does she listen with real attention? That's not just politeness, it's admiration without declaration. She might not say, "You're amazing," but she'll show it in how she values your opinion, remembers the little things you say, or subtly reinforces your confidence. Psychologists call this implicit affirmation, a kind of unspoken praise that builds emotional connection and mutual respect. It's a quiet, steady way of saying, I see you, and I'm impressed. These cues often go unnoticed, but they're powerful. And if you pay attention, you'll realize that admiration doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes, it's in the tone of her voice when she asks about your day, or the way she smiles when you're not looking. Silent admiration is a mirror. It reflects how she truly sees you, even if she's not quite ready to say it out loud. So don't just listen to what she says, listen to what her presence tells you. Lively conversations. Let's be honest, people don't open up to just anyone. So when a woman goes beyond the surface and starts sharing more than just small talk, pay attention. That's not random. It's personal. When she's secretly attracted to you, conversation becomes connection. She's not just passing time, she's investing it. She'll ask deeper questions. She'll share stories that give you a glimpse into who she really is. And she'll listen, not just to reply, but to understand. This kind of back and forth isn't about impressing, it's about bonding, and it's one of the clearest signs that she's emotionally engaged. Research shows that meaningful conversations build intimacy and trust, especially when both people feel seen and heard. If she's leaning in, laughing at your jokes, or keeping the dialogue flowing with genuine curiosity, it's likely because being around you feels good. And here's the thing, attraction often grows through these shared exchanges. It's not just what you talk about, it's how you make her feel during the conversation. Safe, stimulated, seen. So next time you're deep in conversation and time seems to fly by, don't underestimate what's happening. That rhythm, that energy, that could be the sound of something real taking root. Because when she talks with you like she doesn't want the moment to end, she probably doesn't. Thoughtful gestures. Sometimes it's not the big moments that matter most. It's the small, quiet ones that leave the deepest impact. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she often shows it through simple, thoughtful actions that are easy to overlook, unless you're paying close attention. Maybe she remembers your favorite coffee order, or sends you a song that reminded her of something you said, or she notices when something's off and gently checks in. These aren't grand romantic declarations, but in the language of attraction, they're powerful clues. They say, I notice you, I care, I'm thinking about you, even when you're not around. Psychologists call this attentive behavior, when someone puts mental and emotional energy into noticing the small things that make you, you. And it matters. These gestures foster a sense of intimacy, familiarity, and trust. They're also incredibly revealing, because let's be honest, people don't go out of their way for someone they feel nothing for. When she makes those little efforts, she's showing emotional investment without putting it into words. So if you find her doing the small things, the things no one else seems to notice, don't take it for granted. That's not just kindness, it's affection in disguise. And sometimes it's in those gentle, unspoken moments that real connection quietly takes root. Emotional openness. You know you're stepping into something meaningful when someone begins to let their guard down. When a woman starts sharing her deeper thoughts, her dreams, her fears, the stories that shaped her, it's not just conversation, it's connection in its rawest form. Attraction isn't always about flirtation or surface chemistry. Sometimes it's in the courage to be vulnerable. When she talks to you about what really matters to her, when she trusts you with her insecurities, her past, or her future, it means she feels safe. And safety is the foundation of emotional intimacy. Psychological studies consistently show that emotional sharing increases bonding. When we open up and someone responds with empathy instead of judgment, that interaction releases chemicals in the brain that build closeness and attachment. So if she turns to you for advice or shares something personal, take it seriously. She's not doing it with everyone. That moment is a sign of trust and emotional investment. And here's the key, how you respond matters just as much. If you listen with presence, if you show you care, you're nurturing something that has the potential to grow into a deep, meaningful connection. Because when someone lets you see who they really are, it's more than honesty. It's an invitation to step closer, respectful engagement. Sometimes the most powerful form of attraction isn't loud or obvious. It's found in how someone consistently shows up for you. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, one of the clearest signs is the way she respects your thoughts, your time, and your presence. It's in how she listens, really listens. How she remembers what you said last week. How she asks thoughtful questions and treats your answers like they matter. Respect may sound simple, but in a world full of distractions and surface-level connections, it's rare. And when it's consistent, it's meaningful. Psychologists have found that emotional attraction is often rooted in attention. When someone gives you their full focus, it means you're important to them. And that level of presence isn't given lightly. So if she engages with you sincerely, not just when it's convenient, but with curiosity, warmth, and presence, it's a strong sign that she values you, that she sees something in you worth knowing, and maybe something worth caring about more deeply. Respect is the foundation of any real connection. It's not just about attraction, it's about appreciation. Because when someone shows you consistent, thoughtful engagement without expecting anything in return, that's not just politeness. That's quiet admiration, waiting to be heard. Nervous energy around you. Attraction doesn't always make us cool and collected. Sometimes it does the opposite. When a woman feels something for you, but hasn't expressed it, her body often shows it first. Maybe she plays with her hair while talking to you. Maybe she fidgets, adjusts her jewelry, taps her foot, or glances away and back again. Tiny signs of internal restlessness, not discomfort, but anticipation. This is what psychologists call physiological arousal, when being near someone you're emotionally drawn to creates a spike in energy. And often, that energy doesn't have anywhere to go but into movement. It's not that she's unsure of you, it's that she's hyper-aware of you. If you notice that she's a little more animated or slightly off balance in a way she normally isn't, that might not be coincidence. It might be chemistry at work. The key is context. Does she seem calm with others but slightly more on edge when she's with you? In a way that feels playful or alert? That tension often signals interest. Because when someone's drawn to you, their nervous system reacts before they ever find the words. And sometimes, nervous energy is just excitement in disguise. Finding reasons to be near you. Have you ever noticed how some people always seem to be around? Not in an obvious way, but she'll sit near you at a gathering, linger just a bit longer after a meeting, find little excuses to start a conversation, or even accidentally bump into you again. That's not just coincidence. That's intentional proximity. When someone is drawn to you but isn't ready to make it known directly, they often look for safe, casual ways to stay within your space. It could be helping you with something small, volunteering to be on the same team, or simply walking the long way around the room just to pass you. Psychologically, physical closeness increases emotional connection. Our brains associate proximity with familiarity, and familiarity builds comfort. So when she keeps showing up near you, it might not be accidental, it might be instinct. It's her way of saying, I want to be part of your world, without putting herself at risk of rejection. So if you start noticing patterns, she's always nearby, always available, always finding a reason to share the same space, that's not just friendly, that's presence with purpose. And sometimes the first step towards something deeper is simply being near enough to be seen. So now that you've seen the signs, what do you think? The truth is, attraction isn't always loud. It doesn't always walk up to you and announce itself. Most of the time, it speaks in a whisper, a glance, a thoughtful question, a touch that lingers just a little too long. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. But now, you know what to look for. You've just unlocked a kind of emotional fluency that most people go their whole lives without learning. And it's not just about women or romance. It's about becoming more present, more intuitive, more aware of the unspoken signals in every relationship around you. Because the ability to recognize these cues doesn't just help you feel more confident, it helps you connect on a deeper, more human level. And in a world where everyone's rushing, distracted, and half listening, that awareness, that empathy, it's powerful. So the next time someone leans in a little closer or holds your gaze a moment longer, ask yourself, what are they really trying to say without saying a word? If this video opened your eyes, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because this channel is about more than just decoding signals. It's about growing into the kind of person who sees the truth, responds with clarity, and leads with presence. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.